Hi guys, welcome to Gamer Overlord, and in this video we are going to discuss the actual reason behind Sony pulling Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store. On December 17th, Sony removed Cyberpunk, saying it will give players full refunds for the digital copies of the game. We all know that the magnitude of this is going to affect the shares of CD Projekt, and it has already lost 20% of those shares. The game attracted criticism due to a multitude of bugs and glitches and drops on older consoles, much to the horror of the console gamers. The company has already lost around $1.4 billion in market value since the game's release on December 10th, which has overturned the total view on how the players are looking at the game right now. Analysts say that it's highly rare for a console to remove a AAA game for quality issues, and it was sickening to see such drops on the PS4 and Xbox One. Before watching further, I do request all of you to like and subscribe, and make sure you click that bell icon so that you stay updated. So in my previous review video, I had explained about the glitches of both the graphics and the sound. While the fixes were ready for PC, the console gamers have taken these issues by storm. People playing on consoles found the game often freezing while the textures took time to load and the non-playable characters seemed having blurred faces. The open world seemed to be way bizarre to handle the textures, but one thing is there isn't permanent crashes, it's just the hilarious glitches. I mean, way hilarious. I do have some friends playing the game on consoles and they say it's fine, good, but still I think the game is technically a treat if you enjoy the moments and not hunt for the places where you find these ugly glitches. I do feel CD Projekt were again not prepared for a 2020 release date and should have pushed the date a little bit longer, probably to January 2021. This could have been worth the wait, considering that majority of the gamers were waiting to play it on consoles. There has been a lot of things flying around in the headlines with CD Projekt saying that they were enforced by the shareholders to just release this early. It was like employees just worked on the game and then the game released and it wasn't even up to the quality standards. I very much have to believe that we should not blame developers that worked very hard on the game. This is definitely leadership management issues, and it seems they are being taken to task with respect to drop in their stock prices. I am not basically happy with this at all, and whenever I read the Bloomberg report, I'm like, man, this is a bummer. This game doesn't deserve this at all. Some of the sly sarcastic critics are comparing it with Anthem, and I'm like, both are poles apart. Cyberpunk is a game that we were all really excited about, whereas Anthem was more of a game that released half-heartedly with very low optimism and approach. Like I said, I played it on PC and I'm having a very good time with it. But overall, the quality and some of the shortcomings do still feel kind of a final kick in the ass from 2020. There are a lot of stuff out there, a lot of people are frustrated. I'm going to link everything we have talked about, all the information about this, and just generalize the refund issue. I do want to point out one thing real quick, looking on the bright side. I'm thinking with this, a lot of people are saying like, oh, another big studio screws up a game and releases it unrefined and we keep getting dissatisfied. I think this is a big one and things are going to be better moving forward, and I think other publishers can take a note of this. This is the biggest game of the year that screwed up this bad, and it is hitting mainstream news. News is fine, but the percolation of this news from the console gamers to other platforms is what is frustrating. So overall, I should say Sony made the move, which was not an easy call considering the title was removed out of fear of not just the consumers being upset with the game's quality, but also due to the potential damage it can cause to the console brand. While CD Projekt do admit their failure in not showing the game's performance on the old consoles, this move is quite warranted for. Sony was hit with criticism after previously rejecting people's request for refunds of digital copies of the game, and it has now resulted in Sony offering full refunds to players who bought the game digitally. Still, many analysts do feel that this won't damage CD Projekt's reputation and its relationship with Sony, as the understanding is quite clear that there were leadership and management wobbles and will look to work more closely to overcome these challenges. All I want to make sure is that the whole pulling from the PlayStation Store fiasco shouldn't affect the game's reputation, not at least to those who are playing it on PC. So far, the fixes and updates have solved many issues, and all I request is your support for the game now that it has reached a saturation point of no conflict henceforth. Adding to what I said earlier, the game has been digitally removed, yet you can get physical copies for your console, and I think the satisfaction levels are more or less better than what we perceived after that message from CD Projekt and Sony Entertainment. As for the forthcoming turn of events for Cyberpunk, the game developers and publishers are trying their best to bring out a hotfix version 1.05, especially for the Xbox and PS4 players, but it will definitely take some time to get it resolved completely. The hotfix will also add a boost in frame rate smoothness for the PC PC as well, and that's what gets me more excited. Primarily, the hotfix will feature improved reaction times in NPCs, visual bugs fixed, minor HDR changes, UI fixes, and getting some of the primary geometry mechanics right. So that's it from the video, guys. We do appreciate CD Projekt's move and hope they keep their good relationship with Sony Entertainment. All we want is that this whole issue shouldn't be a blemish to the game's reputation, and hope we get more positive responses on this in the comment section as well. See you in the next video.